All right, so let's get started. Hello everyone. I humbly welcome you all to the second lecture of 5 minute में Science and Technology lecture series for Prelims 2024. As we all know that the weightage of science and tech has been on constant increase. In this particular graph, we can see on an average 15 to 20 questions has been asked from science and technology part in previous years. So through this particular lecture, I can assure you 28 to 30 marks for prelims for sure. Without any further ado, let's get started with today's topic, and it is about antimicrobial resistance. Why this particular topic is in news? So basically, recently WHO, that is World Health Organization, ने partnership किया है global AMR R&D hub के साथ to launch a report known as incentivizing the development of new antibacterial treatment 2023. Again, very important, because direct question can be asked that this particular report has been released by which organization. So it is WHO, right? The second is Operation Amrit. Very important from India's point of view. Why? Because recently the State Drugs Control Department of Kerala has launched this particular operation, that is Operation Amrit, to check antibiotic abuse and create awareness on the dangers of AMR, that is antimicrobial resistance. Okay. So one basic question, what is antimicrobial resistance? So antimicrobial resistance is basically the ability of microbes like bacteria, fungi, a virus and parasite to resist the effect of drugs, right? Making infections harder to treat. This is basically antimicrobial resistance. What is the significance? Why we are reading this particular topic or concept? What is its importance? So basically AMR is a global health threat. This is not what I am saying. This is WHO has said in its report that AMR is global health threat affecting both humans and animal population. And the worst thing is India tops that list of countries with highest antibiotic consumption and highest AMR, that is antimicrobial resistance. Okay, so what are the various types of microbes? So bacteria, viruses, fungi and parasites. These are the various types of microbes which can develop resistance to antimicrobial drugs. Okay, the very basic or the most important example is Klebsiella pneumonia, which has developed resistance to a drug known as carbapenem and third generation cephalosporin, right? Not so important, but just know this particular name, that is Klebsiella pneumonia. Why this particular thing is in news? It is related to what? So basically it is related to AMR. Okay, that is antimicrobial resistance, right? And so let's see some of the antimicrobials. Okay, so the first one is antibiotic. What is antibiotic? Antibiotic is a type of drugs which is used in treating infection caused by bacteria. Okay, so various infections like urinary tract infections and tuberculosis and etc. These are some of the very prominent disease in our country. So for preventing or curing this particular disease, antibiotics are administered, right? But due to resistance, this particular prevention is becoming harder to treat. The seconds are antifungals, right? So again, these are the drugs which are used to prevent or cure the infections caused by fungi, right? Like ringworms and etc. So these are again, due to AMR, these are again becoming harder to treat because the fungus are getting resistant to the drugs, right? The thirds are antivirals, right? Very important was recent the COVID, right? It is a infection which was caused by the virus, right? So antivirals are given in such cases. And the fourth one is antiparasites. So basically these are the drugs to cure the infection caused by parasites. Okay, so this is an overview of different antimicrobials. So when a drug or when a microbe like bacteria, fungi, parasites and viruses, they get resistant to all these particular drugs, they are known as AMR, that is antimicrobial resistance. Okay, so I'm hoping you guys are getting cleared with the concept, right? So this, I am the first time in this particular lecture decoding each and every facts about the AMR, which is important from the point of view of prelims examination. Okay, so what are the various causes of antimicrobial resistance? Sir, why it is being caused, right? So the first is overprescription, right? So inappropriate use of antimicrobials in healthcare. Because of this, AMR is happening. The second is agricultural practices like frequent or routine use of antibiotics in livestock for growth promotion, right? We just give some antibiotic to the cows and etc. for over promotion or growth promotion. That is why AMR is being what caused. The third one is lack of access of proper sanitary water facilities and etc. The fourth one is limited availability of alternative treatments and vaccines, and fifth one is lack of regulation, which is very important because there is no regulatory body to see the overuse of what AM, that is antimicrobial drugs. That is why it is being caused. All right, so what are the consequences of AMR? Again, very important: increased mortality. So the recent Lancet report, it says that it has killed 3,500 persons per day. AMR has killed 3,500 persons per day. The second is prolonged illness because of ineffectivity of drugs. The illness can be very elongated, right? The third one is increased healthcare cost, right? The fourth one is limitations in medical procedures. Complex surgeries and treatment becomes riskier because we need antibiotics and antimicrobials to prevent any sort of infections which are part of what the surgeries, right? So the very important thing is superbugs, which needs to be taken into consideration for prelims. What are superbugs? These are basically these are the germs that has formed resistance to multiple drugs, right? In specific cases, there are few germs which develop resistance to various drugs, right? What is the example? Example is methicillin resistance Staphylococcus aureus. Basically, it is known as MRSA. MRSA, as you can see in the picture, it is a superbug, right? And who has specifically talked about superbugs, and we have to prevent or develop the drugs to prevent superbugs. Okay, so this is about facts. So what are some of the steps that are taken by World Health Organization or the global steps? The first one is GAPR. What is GAPR? GAPR is basically Global Action Plan on Antimicrobial Resistance, right? What they do, it basically sees the successful treatment and prevention of infectious disease with effective and safe medicine, right? So this is the program to see the effective and safe medicines for the prevention of infection. The second one is AWARE, that is access, watch and reserve tool. Basically, they maintain a essential medicines list in order to contain some of the rising infectious diseases or viruses like COVID. The third one is Global Antimicrobial Resistance and Use of Surveillance System, that is GLASS initiative. It is basically to increase surveillance of the uses of antimicrobials, right? So these are some of the steps that has been taken by World Health Organization. Now let's see some of the steps that are taken by India. Very important. The first one is NAP-AMR. What is NAP-AMR? It is basically National Action Plan on Containment of Antimicrobial Resistance. Okay, what is the main concern or focus? It basically focuses on integration of One Health approach that involves coordination among various sectors at the state, national and international level. Why? So that the proper data on the prescription and uses of the antimicrobial drug can be tracked and regulated. The second one is Delhi Declaration on AMR, right? What it is basically interministerial consensus to pledge their wholehearted support to AMR containment, right? So basically interministerial, that is more than one ministries will come together in order to contain the AMR. Okay, the third one is ICMRs, that is Indian Council of Medical Research. AMR research and international collaboration. Basically, it is an initiative to collaborate with international institutions like WHO to develop better alternatives to contain AMR, that is antimicrobial resistance. With this, at the end, I have a reward for you. This is the quiz. Okay, you have to attempt this particular question and post your answer in the comment section. I will discuss this particular question in the next lecture. With this, we have come to an end, and thank you so much for watching this particular lecture, people. I am assuring you a guarantee of 28 to 30 marks in prelims examination if you continue this particular lecture. Okay, with this, thank you so much for watching, and ensure to show your love by subscribing to the channel, that is UPSC by Naman Raj Gupta, and also do like and share the video with your closed ones. All the best.